So the film has some thematic depth that CM ignores, but not really a lot, and the nostalgia critic claims that it is subtle, conveying its themes not through its dialogue, but through the actions of its characters and its story. But I'm sorry, but actions just don't contain nearly as much ideas as words, and subtlety can complement ideas, but if you try everything to be conveyed through actions and not literally, you end up not having nearly as much depth and being way too interpretable. All deep films had a lot of deep dialogue analyzing the ideas, like Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction, T1 and T2, even Blade Runner did for the most part, and Seven and Fight Club, etc. Having very little deep dialogue makes your film lacking, and film isn't just a visual medium. That is why the script is important. And you nor Captain Logan or AVGN never comment on the themes, and as you see, they weren't nearly as in-depth as many other films, especially many other superhero films I reviewed. And you guys just commented on the acting and the atmosphere, which is style. And you have often argued that style alone doesn't make for a good movie. So I do think the nostalgia critics' main reason to proclaim this film as a masterpiece, and also of AVGN, is mainly just childhood nostalgia. And to those of you saying I will die for insulting the nostalgia critic, I'm already dead. I'm not a person. I'm just a concept of evil that always dwells in your ass. The film has a really dark tone that is intense and dramatic, although with little optimism and little kindness, it is a bit one-noted. And the film mainly functions as a gothic film. It doesn't cover many genres, and the pace is a bit slow at times, with not enough plot development and not enough character development fast enough, and too much focus on the style. Again, just as Talia. The film does have some great dialogue, with funny and deep lines that perfectly reflect the characters. Like the classic line, "Did you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?" is funny, as it mentions seeing the devil in his most horrific way, which would really be scary, and that the Joker brings this up when he's killing people to scare them, thinking of such violent things, shows how sadistic and how violent he is. And also a great deep line was, "She's quite tenacious, and if I may say so, quite special. Perhaps you could try telling her the truth." Really showed how honest Alfred really is. Also a deep line was, "Hi, may I come in?" Nice apartment, lots of space. It really showed how Bruce wanted to be nice and felt difficult being honest and fixing their relationship, showing how much he cared about her. "It's okay, you can tell me." Showed just how supportive and understanding Vicky Vale really was. "Who do you trust? Me? I'm giving away free money. And where's the Batman? He's at home washing his tights." Really showed how arrogant the Joker was, thinking he was great just because he threw around money. Lastly, as my plastic surgeon always said, if you gotta go, go with a smile. Really conflate how he was still hurt by his disfigurement, referencing his plastic surgeon and his internal smile. The film really has a haunting, silent, mysterious atmosphere, with moments of silence and uncertainty, although it sometimes drags a bit, being very drawn out, and taking a little bit too long. The film has great action scenes, with shooting at pipes, leaking acid, gliding through doors, dodging cars being shot at, buildings being blown up, the White House being... never mind. And deflating someone's sword attacks, taking balloons with your plane, throwing a guy against a giant Kong, kicking a guy up from the ground, pipes crashing from a truck on a car, a giant bell falling down next past Batman over staircases, dodging change, hitting through walls, stopping a guy who's jump kicking, grabbing a guy with your legs, throwing someone against the wall, and they are all really fast, they're focused, and they have attention, with the cars barely judging objects, and the defeat of henchmen changing the situation, with Batman getting closer and closer to the Joker. It also really builds. They are complex with all the different action set pieces and many different twists and moves. So they are really complex, exciting action scenes. The acting is great. Michael Keaton can really be warm in his voice, sounds scary yet subtle as Batman, and he can really look subtly sad in his eyes and look stressed and sound conflicted. However, he is a bit too awkward in public, stuttering and being very silent and reserved, making it hard to believe he would be that good as the president of a company. He isn't that good as hiding his identity. And really, dude, I worked on it. Why can't you? First John Doe, and now you. You know what? You're gonna wake up and you're gonna get a crocodile blowout. And that the crocodile gives you a blowjob. Ouch. Anywho, Alfred Goh is warm, supportive, and self-confident in his voice and with his warm smiles. Also, I do think Jack Nicholson was great. His laughs did really sound insane and natural, and he could also look angry, sound obsessive, and sound arrogant, and his playfulness really was quite funny. And Kim Basinger was sweet, fluent, and critical in her voice and in her natural body movement, and Billy D. Williams in a small role did really well, having a determined voice and a fun, self-confident smile. He was Harvey Dent, and his face was bent, and no, not Demareel, not Demareel, oh, wait, I didn't say that, I didn't say that, nostalgic rating, forgive me. Please! Anywho. The direction is great, with shots from angles, with light in the background, and partially covered up angles, so we only see part of the background, creating mystery. And the direction following the characters really creates a feeling of being hunted. And having a lot of pull back shots creates a sudden sense of stress. And the cinematography is dark, yet vibrant and really contrasting, adding to the tension. The lighting uses long shadows, creating a more gothic feel, adding to the bleakness. The sets are elaborate and use circular shapes, really a lot, creating a feeling of complexity and tension. And the props are gritty, adding to the grittiness, of course. And the costumes were complex and luxurious, yet gritty, also fitting the gritty, rich life feel. The stress in the rich life. It is gonna get a lot worse. You'll all lose everything when me and Cyber Hitler unite. Oh man, I feel so wonderful. I knew it was smart not to take my meds. The editing is really fluent and also swift and sudden, adding to the tension. The sound effects are sharp, adding to the stress, and the music is exciting, dramatic, brooding, mysterious, and sensitive, adding to the dark and emotional bleakness as well as the intensity. And the film has great special visual effects, with miniatures of buildings exploding being really detailed and three-dimensional and rough, cars getting shot at, which is also really colorful and complex, and three-dimensional map paintings which totally look detailed, cars crashing and pipes blowing up, and very detailed lively buildings, all looking totally like they have mass and size, although some of the map paintings and models are outdated, looking two-dimensional and small. But those are few and far between, although noticeable. This actually kind of annoys me. So Tim Burton, do you want to know how I got this hair? Nah, that ain't your thing. So let's just shake hands. The film ended up becoming a huge mega blockbuster, making $411,348,924 at the box office, and it did very well in home media, sales as well as rentals, and it got positive, although very flawed reviews and more criticisms over time, getting 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, with the consensus an eerie haunting spectacle. Batman succeeds as dark entertainment, even if Jack Nicholson's Joker too often overshadows the title character. And it got a 7.6 on IMDb, and it got flawed but really good audience reactions, with 78% on Rotten Tomatoes audience ratings. The large fan base, but also many detractors, especially over time. It got noticeable cultural impact and got a good but flawed reputation that became worse over time. And I think this is deserved. It is a great film, but a flawed one, and not an amazing film. And it deserves to be judged as such. So the film was well made, great, but flawed, and it got a fair reputation, being acknowledged as such. So go see it, and I give it an 8. The film's success led to a sequel, and a film series of, in total, 4 films, and a reboot series of 3 films, all which I will review someday in the future. Pretty soon, in fact. Wait, did I say future? Oh, I forgot, there is no future, the world ends in 2013. And to those saying 2012, do you want me to scalp you? No. Good. I'm glad we can talk so well. Next time I'm gonna get back to the X-Men series and review X2. See you then.